Hello, everyone, and welcome to metroTV. I'm your host, Andy Hoig, publisher and CEO of Metro Magazine. We have a special episode today talking with organizations, nonprofits, and businesses about how they're being impacted and also dealing with the coronavirus. So don't go away. We will be right back. We are here, or me, here with Lynette. Lynette, you're executive director for Project Houseworks.
That's correct.
So thank you for joining me. I mean, I will say this is the first interview that we're doing this in a different way because of everything going on in the world. And you know what? I just think this is going to be more of the norm. But let's talk about just what is Project Houseworks for people who aren't familiar with Project.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Andy. I appreciate it. Project Houseworks is a nonprofit that provides free home repairs and modifications for seniors. And so we do a whole house assessment. We'll do anything the senior needs in order to stay and age in a safe and healthy home. So that's a new roof if they need it, plumbing, electrical, lots of home modifications, grab bars, ramps and railings so that they can be safe in their own home.
So, I mean, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, I think we're a little bit over 2 weeks into the coronavirus. I mean, when it really started to impact, I think, Omaha.
Right.
So let's just talk about it. I'm looking at some talking points. You've suspended your interior repairs and modifications for seniors to reduce risk. So let's just talk about that.
Right. So, just probably like everybody else, we were taking baby steps into this. When it first became, we became aware of how it was affecting seniors, that's really when we had to step back and say, okay, how are we going to modify what we do? Our initial reaction was, we're going to limit the service and we're only going to do one project a week, and so that we wouldn't be exposing as many seniors. Well, that decision really only lasted about 2 days before we really realized that we could be walking around with symptoms and not even know it. And so that's when we decided to completely suspend all of our projects so that we did not have, weren't risking exposing any senior to this virus.
Yeah, because, what we're finding out and what's been told is seniors are really the most susceptible. I mean, they're the ones that are kind of at the higher risk of really getting it in an extreme way and potentially not being able to recover from it. So
exactly, and we certainly would not be the one. We would not want to be the ones that were exposing a senior.
Yeah. So planning for long term by developing a new exterior repair program. Talk a little bit about that, because I mean the restrictions. I mean, we're not sure how long they are. I mean, I think right now they're through the end of April, but who knows?
Right. And exactly. And I think, what we're thinking is that while restrictions may be lifted for a lot of us, there still could be a great risk to seniors. So knowing that this could last a while and really impact our programming, we started to get creative like a lot of people are doing and thought, how can we still make an impact in our programming? And so we've developed an exterior repair program. We already do exterior repairs. We replace roofs and we do some concrete. But our goal this summer, then, as soon as the weather starts cooperating and as soon as the restrictions are lifted, is to go and do assessments just on the outside and continue with our programming in that way.
So you have Brush Up Nebraska. The Brush Up event that you have is in August. So that's still going as planned. And talk about that event, because that's a big one.
It is. So Brush Up is an event where we engage volunteer teams. A lot of companies and churches will sign up to paint the house for a senior. And so it'll be the 31st year this August, and we don't want to have to cancel it. We're hopeful at this point we aren't going to have to cancel it. And so we're continuing right now with the plans, getting teams recruited and sponsors recruited. And we have lots of homeowners that have already signed up. I think we have over 50 homeowners that already are showing interest in the program, and they, badly need their house painted. And So
Yeah.
we're keeping our fingers crossed and really hoping that this event can go on.
So how do people register for that? I mean, if you want to volunteer for that.
Sure, go to projecthouseworks.org and go to the Brush Up site, and there's a place where you can enter your name and email, and we'll respond back to you and get the process started.
Yeah. And so right now, just like what we're dealing with, how can people support Project Houseworks when you're not able to do things, but what can they do?
So our staff really is we're still working from home, social distancing as it's been recommended, and we keep in contact every day through our Zoom, and the staff talks once a day. We've also started using a new app called Monday.com, which I highly recommend, and that's really helped us organize since we're not in the same workplace. And so as far as helping, obviously we can always use donations as they come in, where we will just put them to good use, and as we continue to plan our programs for the summer. And we can't, we've had actually a lot of people, and you being one of them, Andy, so thank you so much, but you reached out and said, how can I help you? And I've had quite a few people say, what can I do for seniors? We know that they're the ones being most affected right now. And because we have to stay away from them, there isn't a whole lot that our organization can do for them.
Yeah.
But as soon as we can get back in full swing, there might be some opportunities just to even help with yard work. So we'll be putting that out as soon as we know what this is going to look like.
Yeah. Well, thank you for chatting with me in this new way. Usually you're sitting across the couch from me.
Right.
But, we all have to we're getting creative, because
That's
life
right.
is not stopping. What your organization does can't stop. You have to modify, and everything's important. I mean, these are important things that you're doing. So
Thanks, Andy.
yeah, Lynette, thanks so much for joining me.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.